back. So today we're going to start off where we left off from the last video. So I've got the Basher Queens parts laid out. I got the front and rear shock towers. I got the steering components we got to get in there. We're going to check some bearings out, maybe put some bearings into the steering to free it up. We're going to check the pillow balls because this is a little on the stiff side, and the reason it's on the stiff side right now because I cranked these bolts down. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in here, we're going to bust some of this stuff apart, and we're going to start getting these shock towers on. So this is a rear shock tower. Also on the chassis, I went ahead and, as you see, I've got all the glue off the chassis now on both sides. Chassis is all cleaned up now. And what I did was I used some acetone. You can get this stuff at Napa, that kind of stuff. It doesn't hurt the powder coat or paint. It's a little bit milder than using like an adhesive remover. Now Goo Gone will do it as well. Goo Gone, you got to use a lot more muscle than acetone to get them cleaned up, but I do use acetone on cleaning up a lot of my metal parts, I should say. Anything that has adhesive on it or something I want to remove that's kind of in the way, I'll use acetone for. And I'll also use it to clean up bearings, which I believe RC Guy Garage might be using something like that. He's either using gas or acetone or some sort of solvent to clean up a lot of his bearings. His secret sauce. He won't tell us what it is. So go down in the comments. Tell RC Guy Garage we want to know what that secret sauce is. But I'm using acetone. So I do have a lot of parts that came in. I stock a lot of parts for the Limitless, one of them being this front section. Like I told you, I'm going to be replacing this because of the damage there. I won't throw this away just because I'll use it on my Basher infractions for drifting, that kind of stuff. But my speed cars, I try to keep them clean. Here's the number, ARA 320515. That's that front section. We're going to get that put back on. I do have from Jenny's RC a brand new wing kit. She sends them out in baggies. I got a take-off wing kit. I took off my red Limitless build. So, and I also have one from Jenny's. I don't know which one this is. I believe this is from Jenny's because it's in a baggie. But I need this wing because I had a different style wing. I am going to look into getting a carbon fiber one, but for now we're going to go ahead and do that. The other thing I have is I have the bag of boxes, battery trays, that kind of stuff. Any of the small parts, the hinge pins, any of that stuff I got bent, we're going to go ahead and replace out and get in there. So, and you can get that I got from Jenny's as well. So, but right now, I think I have enough parts to get the diffs redone. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and redo these diffs. I want to get this shock tower. I don't think I've ever changed a shock tower on one of these. So we're going to get going on that. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove my shocks. Now I'm going to do the front diff and put the hardware aside for just this diff. Since I have all the chassis apart and all the hardware apart to that, I'm trying to keep things separate as best I can. So I shouldn't have to take off the bottom, I don't think. I'm not sure. We're going to get into it, and I know these standoffs will have to come off. Things like that, but let's just get into it and start removing bolts and see what happens. So these two look like they're holding the shock tower to the actual diff, I believe. Really got to find my needle nose. Just kind of grabbing wrenches that are laying next to me. We're going to have to take off the upper control arms. Now these do have shims in the back, so I'm going to keep my hand on the shims as I pull out that bolt, stack up my shims. Stack up my shims for the other side. There we go. Comes right out, and then we're going to grab the Basher Queen's shock tower front. And it says street. I don't know what that means. These are road cars, so I guess she might have a Basher setup. Look at the quality. Kind of just slips in there. I don't know if there's a front or a back. It's just kind of flat. So I guess we should put these bolts in to hold it. Now you don't want to over torque this stuff. The plastic will strip real easy. Snug that down by hand. I'm going to go ahead and throw our upper control arms back in. Our stack of shims. Stack of shims. Oh. Nice and simple. And these standoffs. So it is in the bottom hole. You can move it up. I'm going to keep it in the stock configuration right now. can see there is Loctite on it. I'm not going to add, like I said, any more Loctite right now. Right. Now, this goes the other way, like that. Nice and simple. Just take your time, get this stuff done. Remember, it is a hobby. Never get frustrated doing this stuff. If you do get frustrated working on stuff, the best advice I can give you is walk away, come back to it later. Don't fight through it. When you're frustrated, it's just going to make things worse, and you could end up breaking something. So, went ahead and got that on. All right, now we're going to work on some of the steering stuff. And that bottom one is spinning. You can see that is spinning down there. So I'm going to take my blunt nose and hold it. That's going to release that. Let's do this one. And then I'm probably going to put these, I might put these standoffs on the chassis for the steering and assemble it that way. It's going to release up my steering like that. I'm doing it on this blue towel so that hoping the camera could see it better. That's why I'm doing it there, if you guys are wondering. So, we got those two out. A lot of Loctite on these. Because it's steering, Arrma really put a lot of Loctite in these things because it's steering, which I thank them for. Now, if you're worried about hardware, the best thing I can suggest when you're unsure is just to stick the hardware back in the hole like that. That way you know where it goes. Same thing with this. You can stick them on the top right here. Put these two bolts in here, and at least you know where they go. So we do have to change out this top plate. So I'm going to look into that right now. See what it takes to get that off. I've got to back these off again. Not that one, this one. And this one. Come on. Oh, god dang, those kids are loud. Wow. Those kids are noisy. So, there is a bolt right at the bottom holding this on. I wonder if I have that. I don't think I have that in metal. So one bolt at the bottom releases the whole top and the bottom. Kind of sandwiched in between there. So we're going to grab that plate. Carbon fiber top plate, 6S line. So I take it they're all the same. And then we're going to stick this in here. This one down here. Wow. Throw these two screws in there just to keep it aligned while I snug this up. Push that up. It's always nice to see how different people do different things on how they install stuff. Not any two people do things the same way, which I found over the years of me doing automotive. Come on, get out of there. Don't forget these. There's 3 of them. Now we should be able to get to these bolts to get the steering links on and get this part changed out, as it looks like she sent that as well. There's the part number to that. Let's cut that open, get that piece replaced out. It's really going to lighten up this RC. We are definitely going lightweight on this one. So it looks like it's like this. So give me a second. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back.